The Prada America's Cup World Series Auckland and Prada Christmas race format has just been announced. In less than 3 weeks, 4 international teams from New Zealand, Italy, United States, and Great Britain will line up for the first time on their second generation of flying AC-75s for the Prada America's Cup World Series Auckland and the Prada Christmas race, December 17th to 20th. The event will see current America's Cup defender Emirates Team New Zealand, the challenger of record Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli Team, Ineos Team UK and New York Yacht Club American Magic facing each other, during 4 days of match racing on the Waitemata Harbour, and the Hauraki Gulf, widely regarded as the jewel in Auckland's crown. The first race will start few minutes after 3 p.m. on December 17th and will see Emirates Team New Zealand against Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli Team. The second pairing will be American Magic vs Ineos Team UK. With each of the teams interpreting the AC-75 design rule differently, there are marked differences between all 4 boats launched so far and therefore great anticipation to see them race for the first time. The racing format for the 4 days of racing has now been finalized. For the first 3 days of the Prada America's Cup World Series Auckland, 17th-19th of December, there will be 4 races per day of round-robin competition when all of the 4 teams will race each other twice. The 4th day, 20th of December, the Prada Christmas race will kick off and will be comprised of 2 knockout stages. The first stage consists of 2 head-to-head matchups. The winners of each will progress to the final, the losers to a third and fourth match, which will help decide the final rankings. The pairing of the Christmas race semi-finals will be decided by the results of the Prada America's Cup World Series Auckland double round robin. The access to the America's Cup Race Village is completely free throughout all America's Cup events. The village has a limited visitor capacity and will open on the 15th of December and operate from 9 a.m. until 11 p.m. on racing days and from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. on non-racing days. Situated at the start of Hobson's Wharf, it will continue on through the Eastern Viaduct and the Western Viaduct, up to the Jellicoe Car Park. To watch on TV, the 4 days of race will be transmitted live on TV. To ensure both the most accessible and most complete live and highlights coverage from broadcasters in well over 120 territories, the 36th America's Cup has partnered with free-to-air and pay networks. A second wave of partnerships will be announced before racing starts this December. To watch online, all matches and racing of the Prada ACWS Auckland and Prada Christmas race will be streamed live on YouTube, Facebook and americascup.com in almost every country around the world. The event official website will provide all the live contents including on-board camera footage, virtual eye graphics, behind-the-scenes storytelling and more. The fans will be able to follow the action in real time on their computer, mobile or tablet without the need to download an app. The races will be held on a windward-leeward racecourse with an upwind start and last around 25 to 30 minutes each. Racing is scheduled for 1500 to 1800 each day, weather permitting. The race course will be communicated on racing days by the race management depending on wind direction, intensity and tides. The permitted wind range is between 6.5 and 21 knots. The America's Cup Race Village is free to enter and a great place to enjoy the action from, or soak up the village atmosphere. Depending on the course of the day, there are many vantage points around Auckland, from which the racing can be enjoyed while on land. For the challenger teams, the results from the ACWS and the Christmas Race Regatta will determine the pairings for the Prada Cup Challenger Selection Series, to be held in January/February 2021, that will decide which of them will take on Emirates Team New Zealand in the match for the 36th America's Cup presented by Prada, starting on March 6, 2021. How to watch. To watch on the water, the racing area covers our wide swath of the Hauraki Gulf, with 5 race courses being identified, depending on the weather conditions. The race course will be communicated on racing days by the race management, depending on wind direction and intensity and tides. GPS coordinates, nautical maps and detailed information for on-water spectators will be available on americascup.com closer to the event.
This summer we'll all bear witness to the fastest, most intense sailing the world's ever seen, right here on Auckland's Waitemata Harbour. There's 3 international teams, all going to fight it out for the Prada Cup to then challenge Emirates Team New Zealand for the America's Cup in March. Let's go.
take a little tickie tour out to all the various courses, and we'll give everybody some advice and some tips on the way.
Martin said the racing can be on any one of 5 courses out here. This course A is out of Takapuna area, course B is in the Rangitoto Channel, course C is right in front of North Head here, probably the most spectacular. Course D is in between Browns Island and Rangitoto, and course E is in what we call the back paddock inside of Waiheke.
Each day a different race course may be used. You're going to have to plan carefully to make sure you get out there with enough time, as there are speed restrictions over the entire event area.
We want to all be safe out here on the water, so let's try avoid writing our names in the water behind us with our wake. Port to port, power gives way to sail, wave to each other, let's enjoy it.
So when you get out here on the course, you're going to see these boys here behind me. At the very end of this row, there's a yacht with a big tube on it. That tells you where the corner of the course is. And each of these boys has a number on. So on one side of the course, they're all even, on the other, they're all odd numbers. That way you can tell your mates where you are, and if you need us for anything, you can tell us where you are.
While this shot looks pretty sweet, the racing area is actually a no-fly zone, so while it's tempting to bring a drone, that's not allowed. Let's leave that up to the experts and the broadcast team. Hey, we're off the bays now, Takapuna, Milford, out to Terry. This is course area A here.
Some courses might be good for you to anchor around, and they may not. The best way to know is to make sure you leave your details with us so that we can send you that information.
Yeah, as Martin said, some areas are in no anchor zone. Course area A is. You may not be aware, but New Zealand's internet cables run below the water here, up Takapuna Beach. Yeah, nah, mate. This is course area B, between Takapuna and the legendary fishing spot, Rangitoto Lighthouse. Great challenging race course, a lot of the teams have been practicing out here. With big international yachting events coming to town, we as Kiwis do like to get out and be part of the action. I wouldn't recommend doing what I did back in 1980, as you can see. This is going to be busy out here with the America's Cup presented by Prada, and we recommend now to do it in a sensible size craft. Here we are in the middle of course area C. We've got a bit of a boil up going on around us. In summer there can literally be thousands of birds out here, and one thing we would like to make you all aware of is when they do take off, if they're sitting in the water, they tend to take off upwind. So if you are going past a big school of birds, just pass to lure to them, then you're not going to run the risk of taking any of them out. Here we are on course area D. This is a nice confined race course, ideal for an easterly or a westerly. If you don't quite have the sea legs, you can go ashore, Browns Island, walk up the track, picnic rug, you're looking straight down on course area D. Absolute glamour. This is what we call the gateway to the back paddock, course area E.
If you're out on the water, there's a responsibility for the skipper to stay sober and make sure you can get home safely.
Yeah, it goes without saying, but being a tidy Kiwi is picking up your rubbish. We pride ourselves on this pristine country we live in, and the coastline and waterways. Let's keep it this way. Anything goes in the water, make the effort in picking it up and bring everything back to shore with you.
With so much going on the water this summer with the America's Cup, we strongly urge you to leave your details on our website so you don't miss out on any of the action.
Whether you're on land or on sea, this America's Cup is for everyone. Thanks for joining us out there today.